Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. We're going to do some colored pencil work today, and I'm actually doing a little experiment. I don't think I showed you this before, guys, but at a yard sale a couple weeks ago, I bought this warming plate. It actually got a $3 sticker on it, but I actually paid 50 cents because it was the end of the day, and they said that's a 9 a.m. price. You need the 4 p.m. deal, and they gave it to me for 50 cents. So that was kind of cool. The reason I bought this, and I figured if it doesn't work for this, I'm going to use it for, you know, keeping dishes hot at parties. But I thought it'd be cool to do colored pencil work on because I think the heat would help my pencils blend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that poppy from my blog that I posted the other day, and I'll put a link to the picture so you can find it. And I'm going to start by sketching it with a white colored pencil, and I'm going to make it pretty big so that I can have some good detail. Oh, I can already tell that the pencil wants to release its color a little bit better than it would normally. I'm working on Canson Me Tints. So am I on the rough or the smooth? I'm on the rough side. You can use either. The rough side will take more pigment, but it also takes longer to fill the pigment. So I'm getting this first petal in here. It was a very interesting flower. I like the look of it, and I like the composition of it. I took this photo at my sister's garden, and she has beautiful flowers, and she definitely got all the gardening ability in my family from my mother and my grandmother. It all went right to her. And there's gardening ability on both sides of the family, which is like crazy. I'd got none of it. Of course, I didn't get the patience that goes along with being a good gardener. So I'm doing this big overreaching back petal. See, there's gonna be lots of really good places to sketch. And see, I'm kind of twirling my pencil as I go because I want to get that kind of uneven, ruffly shape. And we got this one over here. So I've never tried this before. I've been wanting to try it, and when somebody asked if I would do a colored pencil tutorial on my YouTube channel, I thought, you know what, this is a really good a chance to do that. Okay, I'm gonna use my mind's eye, my artistic license, and I'm adding another petal in here because it just feels a little lopsided. Okay, so, and this poppy's kind of weird because instead of having that black in the center, it's got white. It's very pretty. So I'm going to add these little bits of white. So normally, like on a red poppy, you'd have this would be black, this part in here, or a really deep purple color. But it's white on this one. It's like an albino poppy or something. I don't know. Somebody probably knows what it's called. I clearly do not. Now I'm going to try some of this apple green. I'm going to do a circle in the center. The color, I love this color of the paper. I like working on colored paper because it takes so much of the work out. I don't know the shade exactly. I think it might be a moss. It's not ivy. It's one of the Me Tints colors, but it's much lighter. I'm thinking it's like a moss or something. I got this years ago. They might have even changed the name. But one thing I'm noticing about this surface, though, it's a hard surface and it's kind of got some give to it. So it's a little weird to get used to. So I'm putting in those center little pieces, and I think I'm going to throw in some of the little lines going into the middle. I might have to do that with a sharper pencil. And then I'm going to give it some of the little dashy marks. I think I need a brown. I was looking at the oranges. I don't have anything dark enough and with my oranges and yellows. Boy, the colors just release so easily on this heated surface. I don't know if you I don't know if you're a woman, but I don't know, you know, I don't know if you're a man or a woman watching this. But anyways, when we were in high school, all us girls, we used to take our eyeliners and we'd stick them on the light bulbs when we were doing our makeup because the heat would make our eyeliners softer, so we could, you know, get those super dark eyes. So we had our super big bangs and our super dark eyes, and boy, we were a force to be reckoned with back in high school. Okay, so the thing I think you have to worry about if you're trying to get some really good detail is maybe the heated surface isn't the best because it wants to kind of melt down your pencils a little too quick. Alright, I'm going to go with some pinks here, just grabbing a few. I think this would be really good for using, oh my, this colors, it's just like lipstick here. I think this would be really good, especially if you're using colors that do not release too readily. These are Prismacolors, so they're soft anyway. Now there's some shadows in here, that's why I'm not coloring the entire thing. You've got light going through. I took these photos at like 5 p.m. And there was just gorgeous light. Maybe it was even later. Probably it was later than that because it was summer still. It was a couple weeks ago. I want to try blending those over each other. Ooh, look at that. Oh my, I enjoy that. It's like, I don't know. That's so pretty. I'm really impressed with myself. I'm enjoying. Actually, I think there is like a, well, I know there is. Well, I don't know if it's still available or not, but there was a product that was like a heated board for like colored pencil artists. I think it was probably pretty big too. It was expensive. I don't know if it's still around or not, but 50 cents. I figured I'm gonna try it, and if it doesn't work out that well, you know, I'm not gonna worry about it because I can use this at my potluck. I have an open house every Halloween, and I'll just use that to keep some stuff warm during my. In fact, I could probably use it for both. It's not like I'm getting art supplies directly on the surface. Whoa. And so I'm working on the rough side because like typically I'd work on the smoother side of my paper because I wouldn't want to have to try to fill in all that tooth, but oh my gosh, this is so fun. So if you're at a yard sale and you see one of these, I would grab it. I don't feel like my hand is resting on the paper. It's not hot enough to burn me, but I wouldn't want to stick my hand there. I wouldn't let the kids use this without supervision. My kids are very crafty and they do a lot of projects, so maybe I would let mine, but I wouldn't recommend letting your kids use this. Also, I wouldn't go wandering off and leaving it plugged in because it is a heated appliance. This one looks like it's probably from the 70s, so, you know, I don't think it's got that fancy auto off feature or anything, but man, oh man, I'm loving it. This is so cool. I think, anyway. Maybe I'm just a nerd. Well, that goes without saying, but holy cow, I really like this. This is so fun. I feel like I'm coloring with like the best crayons in the world. Oh my gosh, I like it. Look at that. Look how pretty it blends. Oh yeah, should we zoom in a little bit? I think we should zoom in a little bit. Okay, there. All right, let's do this petal in back and get some of that nice contrast with this darker color. Of course, this has only been on for about 10 minutes, so we'll see if it gets too hot, if it continues to get hotter, because if it does, then that will be good info to have, won't it? Then you might want to have maybe a couple pieces of paper or something under there. Now, there's some really cool texture happening up here, so I don't want to make it too smooth. I think I'm going to have to add maybe some blues into this, because I do see some pretty interesting colors happening there. Now it's getting hot though. I'm feeling now my hands are feeling a little hot. I might need to have like a bridge or something to rest my hands on. Or I might want to incline it up or something so my hands aren't resting on it. Or put like some sort of buffer for the heat, because I'm feeling like it's hot now. It's getting hotter. I guess it would have to get pretty hot if it's going to keep like a casserole warm. And look how much it's wearing down my pencils. I am going to have to sharpen them more frequently. So, you know, that's up to you. It's going to wear down your medium quicker, so you're going to go through more. You're getting a really vibrant color, but it's because you're going through more medium. I think it's an awful lot of fun, but I want to give you guys all the facts here. I'm going to use my sharpener and scrap paper to sharpen this. Well, I'll sharpen over here in the corner. Right on my table. I'll brush it off later. I'm enjoying this very much. So, you know, obviously you do the same thing. I would recommend cardstock. If you're going to do this and not have the heated board, I would use the smoother side of the Me Tints paper, or even a cardstock. I mean, I might even recommend unplugging it. Getting it hot, then unplugging it, maybe plugging it back in a couple times as you're working. Because it is getting kind of toasty. It's getting a little warm. Oh, you know what would be cool though? Using the art sticks, the Prismacolor art sticks. And I even saw that Crayola has some of those. They're like woodless colored pencils. Because then you could just go right to town and not have to stop and sharpen anything. Look at that. Yeah, I think that would probably be a better idea. And I think if you've got those problematic pencils, you know, the ones that break, white is always my pain, the breaking pencil. I bet I could even lay it on here. I'm so excited I can't talk. Lay it on here for a while and let it kind of melt a little bit, and it could get that, it could kind of fuse. Okay, I've got to unplug that. It is too hot now. Okay, so what are we at? We're at 10 minutes. It's too hot for me to keep it plugged in, so I've unplugged it, and I'm still working. I can plug it back in after if I want. But boy, this is kind of cool, kind of fun. So let's do this petal together, and then I'll probably pause it and I'll finish the flower, just because that will be kind of a long tutorial and might be kind of boring. And I don't want to voice this over because I want you kind of get these impressions of how the thing works and how it, you know, I like this. This is cool. You know what would be cool? I don't know if you can do it or not, but boy, if you could get like a temperature regulator like a soldering iron has, that would be really, really awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get some of this lighter in here too because the light was shining through it. You know what though? I'm gonna enjoy this in the winter because my studio is really cold in the winter. Maybe I'll be doing a lot of colored pencil work this winter. I did set up a place to work and film in my office upstairs on the real cold days. That was really nice to have last year. I'll tell you that. Yeah, the art sticks would be cool on this. I just don't know. I don't think I have as many colors in the art sticks as I do in the pencils, and I didn't. If I had thought of that first, I would have gone right to that because. Oh yeah, and I wanted a little bit of blue because then I would have, you know, just begun with those. Some of that blue in there, and some of that blue over here, and some of that blue in here. Oh, that's kind of pretty looking. Put the blue in where I want the shadows. So electric. The colors just look electric because the heat is making them respond and release so much color. That petal actually should have been bigger, but I've already put color here, so I guess I'm gonna go with the flow here. And yeah, you'll see when you look at my photo that doesn't look anything like what I'm doing. You're like, Lindsay, you need to look at the photo a little more frequently. And I like that I can kind of sketch as fast as I want to here, as fast as my brain wants to go, because oftentimes I feel like it takes me so long to lay down the color, and here I feel like I can just fly, which is nice. I also feel like I could probably I'm doing my pink. I feel like I could probably, this is the color I was using, go and turn it back on again. I don't know if that's a pink I was using. To tell you the truth, I don't know what I did with it. Was it this one? Yeah, I think it was that one. So, I mean, something like this could let you see if you'd want a heated board, one of the commercially made one. Alright, I'm going to plug that back in because I can feel it cooling off. I'm going to finish coloring in here. Fun little experiment, isn't it? You can also do this with oil pastels. Do the same project with oil pastels, heated or not. It would release, the oil pastels will release color a lot easier than the pencils. So just remember, if you are going to use the pencils on the heated surface, it is going to take away some of the detail because it's going to wear down the tips so much, so you'll need to resharpen for detail, and it might want to melt down a fine tip a lot easier than a pointed one. And I think I want a little more white. This is fun. This is a fun little experiment. I do hope you enjoyed it. Do the same thing for the other petals. Just follow along with my photo that I'm going to link up and from my blog post. I think that I will pause the recording now, finish up coloring, and then show you it when it's all done. Okay, I want to come back on and tell you that I did try this with the the sticks here, and it worked really, really well. Really great for laying down lots of color. I just went out of the lines there. I'm kind of, that's the only thing you have to, it might be worth getting a couple paperweights or something to hold the drawing still while you're working on it. I'll actually show you here. Blend with a little bit of these. But these are great for laying down lots and lots of color at one time. I think paperweights would be good. I wonder if we could do something, add some sort of like dimmer switch on this to make it, to adjust the temperature. That would be kind of cool. Any electricians out there? Do I have anybody with any electrical experience watching that could advise me whether that's a smart or a foolish thing? Because they have those, like soldering gun temperature regulators you can plug your soldering gun into, your soldering iron into, and regulate the temperature. I don't know why they wouldn't have, why you couldn't use something like that. There might be a very good reason, I just don't know it. So I can't recommend you do that, but if there's anybody out there that knows, that wants to drop me a line and tell me, please, please feel free. So yeah, I don't know how practical this is. It was sure a fun experiment anyway. And that's what art, that's part of art, is experimenting and, you know, sharing ideas and seeing what works. And I might share this idea with somebody and they might come up with a better solution, and then they'll share their idea, and then before you know it, we've got some really great ideas happening. That's how it works. And that's how creativity works, and that's how we build on one another's creativity. Okay, yeah. Yep, so I like using the art sticks quite a bit. Much like using oil pastels. Okay, so I do want to add a stem here. I don't want to add too much craziness, but I think I'm just going to throw in that stem. And then maybe I'll add highlights. I'll try it with an art stick, and then if not, I can go in with my, oh, I don't want to add a highlight with that color. I'm going for the yellow. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Add a little highlight with my yellow art stick. Maybe add shadow with a pencil, since I have a smaller kit of art sticks there, so. And my shadow side. Wonder how the colorless blenders work on these. Let's try that. This is a colorless blender. Feel like I need to unplug it again because it's getting mighty toasty. Yep, gotta unplug it, it's hot. Yeah, so definitely for some sort of voltage regulator, that would be cool. So I think I would like to try that, as long as it's not gonna, like, you know, cause a fire hazard. Oh, I just love how that white looks on top of that. So pretty. Add a little bit of white to the center of that too. And there you go. I think that was kind of fun. If you like this, please let me know. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe and share it with your friends. And if anybody knows about the whole the electrical parts of this, if I can use a voltage regulator, please let me know, because I think that would be kind of neat if I could do that. I want to thank you so much for watching today and sharing in my little experiment and yard sale find. And until next time, happy crafting.